Montreal, Canada, home of French-Canadian folk, a clutch of tall buildings, and some suspiciously friendly squirrels. What are they plotting? But it's a city that's also home to Eidos Montreal, the studio responsible for resurrecting the long-dormant Deus Ex franchise, and the developers now in charge of gaming's premier tea leaf Garrett and the rebooted Thief.
The challenge is everything.
The new Thief has been a long time coming. It's been a decade since the last game, Deadly Shadows, came out, and a full 16 years since the original Dark project was released back in 1998, which became one of the pioneer games for the fledgling stealth genre. But why resurrect the series now?
I think Thief was always kind of a special kind of game that always stuck out, and a lot of people loved this game and this franchise. So it's just a natural time before, we wanted to bring it back to life and really make sure that this universe is brought to as many people as possible.
The Thieves of yore and their light-fingered gameplay, focusing on avoiding enemies, keeping quiet, and lots of standing around in the shadows, were perfect for players who loved a good lurk. And with all three previous games in the series positively received by critics and gamers, New Thief is softly following in really big footsteps. But game director, art director, and Johnny Depp lookalike Nick Cantin reckons his team in Montreal have it under control.
Frankly, the main goal was to keep the main pillars of what was a Thief game. So on that side, it's what we tried to work really hard. The stealth aspect, the character himself, Garrett, was so strong that we bring him back, and we really, again, the main reference for Thief, the new Thief, was the previous Thieves.
On our visit to the studio in Montreal, not only did we steal our body weight in complimentary pastries, but we also snuck a peek at the first 4 chapters of the game. After some opening story gubbins about Garrett losing his protege Erin in a tragic cultist-related accident and then losing a year's worth of memory, he's let loose in the city, a dark and sprawling hub that connects the individual missions, and where each twisting alleyway holds the promise of some trinket to be pilfered. It's an exciting, if oppressive-looking hub that feels like it's brimming with options. Do you stealthily slink between the shadows, passing within a hair's breadth of the roving guards? Or do you take the high road and move enemies out of the way with various distractions?
There's always a question about, making space meaningful. So I think one of the challenges we had is to, first of all, make the environment interesting. You see opportunities within the architecture. Wonder if I can do this, and you try to investigate and you find either a secret or a different passage or something completely different. And that kind of exploration is, vital for a Thief game.
And it seemed vital in our playtest too. Each area was full of nooks and crannies to poke our noses into, and open windows and ledges always seemed tantalizingly within reach. It's a world that you simply have to observe and explore, and part of that immersion comes from the clever sound design.
We often say in the team that the sound is 50% of the visual. So frankly, you can have a beautiful game, but if there's nothing that tells you the background, the living and breathing world is often coming from the sound itself. We do a lot of eavesdropping also, so we give a lot of information, clues to the player about secrets, where the loots are, within the discussion in the environment. So it's really important to hear what's happening. Gameplay also, the noise patches, you need to care if you walk in water to avoid doing too much sound. If you walk on carpet, you create less sound, so you can run on grass. Also, those kind of elements that are really important for the game, and we push them really far.
Despite spending some quality time with the game, it's still too early to say whether nicking stuff and blowing out every single candle you see, like some kind of kid who ruins birthday parties for a living, will sustain our interest for an entire game. But we are sure that Thief has plenty of other secrets to uncover, and could be set to steal the hearts of the fans once again.